mystery surrounds a special place along the New Zealand coastline. It's the setting for a coming-of-age tale about finding your strengths and discovering where you fit in the world. Here's an introduction to BYUtv's Secret at Red Rocks.
Secret at Red Rocks is an epic story about a young boy who discovers a seal skin and unleashes mayhem and drama. The setting's very much a key character of the series. It's a coast of rugged beauty. It's steep cliffs and jagged rocks and rough seas. It's just extraordinary because suddenly there's very lurid, bright red rocks that literally almost appear out of nowhere. But also for Maori, it has significance because it has some deep mythology attached to it. The caretaker of the area of Red Rocks is Ted. And Ted has lived there his whole life, and he has a very interesting backstory tied to living in that area. And he feels a responsibility to the land to protect it.
Another generation arrives in a similar position to Ted, is captured and enamored by the coast and by all the elements that go with it, and they too fall in love with this other life form, the silky life.
The show is loosely based on Celtic mythology around Selkies, which are the seal people who are seals in the water and human on land. And it's also married to a degree with Maori mythologies.
They're a seal who comes on to land sometimes and hides their skin away and takes the shape of a human. They're really curious creatures. They have really like human eyes sometimes, and they're always kind of observing humans. Their curiosity gets the better of them and they want to come and eat ice cream and things like that.
We had a standard crew for a show of the size, but we also worked with Weta Workshop, who are probably best known for Lord of the Rings, and they worked to help build our animatronic seals. So we had two main, essentially puppets, one which was a baby seal, juvenile seal, which was operated with the operator putting their hand into the puppet and manipulating it. The other, which was a full adult seal, was operated by a technician climbing into it and moving around with it. And they had additional features where their mouths could open and things which were cable operated. So we tried as much as possible to shoot everything in camera versus doing it by visual effects. Our lead character, Jake, is exploring and he enters a cave and he finds a seal skin discarded there, and he's drawn to it and can't help but pick it up and take it away.
It like calls to him, you know. Jake feels really happy and comfortable when he has the skin and all the thoughts in his head go quiet. He doesn't have to worry about anything.
Jake's a typical young boy who's adventurous, wants to explore, but he lacks confidence and a little bit of courage. And the series is very much about him discovering that confidence and discovering that courage. Jake is out there exploring in this environment, and he encounters the young girl Jessie when she steals his sandwich. She's a bit of an enigma, but also she's a very useful guide and, unbeknown to Jake, a protector of him.
We don't all roar in the face of danger.
Why not?
Because that's weird.
Jessie wants to hang out with Jake, so they go on little adventures together, and then by the end of that, they're really close.
You have the character Robert, Jake's dad, who is a man of science. He explains that the red rocks are coloured because of science, where Ted will tell the story of how red rocks are coloured by Maori mythology and that it's actually the blood of Maori ancestors.
Robert is like very scientific and very matter-of-fact within the world, whereas Ted knows of like otherworldly things. So then that's how those two kind of butt heads. But later on, Ted is the one who kind of guides Robert and really tries to open his eyes to like what is important as well, that being Jake and keeping that relationship with your son.
Kids grow up quick, eh? You want to look up from your work once in a while, see what you're missing.
Through the adventures and the high stakes that Jake has to deal with, a bond develops between him and his father, and they begin to connect. Each of our characters have a journey, and in those journeys, our viewers will discover things and hopefully discover things about themselves.
Tune in to this inspiring tale set in the stunning scenery of New Zealand. Watch Secret at Red Rocks anytime with the free BYUtv app. We'll see you again soon for another BYUtv Insider.